Welcome back to Good Day. We want to thank you for making this Good Day a part of your Thursday. It's almost Friday.
Well, for you it is.
For me, it's Friday. I'm off tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, earlier we were outside at the Good Day Garden. Before the show, actually, we stepped out there doing a little harvesting. And right about now, there are more veggies than we know what to do with. And if you're having the same problem, we have Betty Miller here to help us. Now, Betty, thank you for being here today. You reached out to me on Facebook. You are a retired teacher.
Just this year, February.
Well, congratulations.
I'm newly experiencing retirement.
Yes, and you also volunteered with Toledo Grows, right? You helped with the box at the school, is that right?
Yes, Toledo Grows provided our plants and seeds and everything, and I helped with those and managed those boxes.
Wow, so you taught a lot of people about, you know, raising your own crop and making your own food.
And it makes science come alive. I used to be a second grade teacher, and we would just, and you might remember this, we put the bean in plastic container.
Yes, and you watch
and set it on the windowsill.
Yes, I remember
well,
that.
the kids like,
You gotta speed this up or something.
Well, they enjoyed that, but this is so much exciting when you can go out and actually show them how we get food from the garden, the farm, to the marketplace.
Yes, and we're going to get it to our table.
Yeah, and we have some tomatoes here. So you were able to go out with Amanda. I came out briefly. You were picking these green tomatoes. What specifically were you looking for?
Okay. Well, we do want to look for green, but I did get some examples. Like here, these here is a little bit ripe.
They're a little ripe.
Now,
so you want the green ones.
The greener ones. Like, I like the greener ones like this.
Because they're crispier?
Yeah, they're crispier.
Okay.
These are a little bit more mushy. So if you like mushy, those will work.
We like crispy, I think.
Yeah, because we're making fried green tomatoes.
Yeah, and these are a little smaller than you normally would buy them. But, you know, I discovered one day that you can take the cherry tomatoes or grape tomatoes.
And you could do those too?
And cut those, and those are like tomato tots.
Nice. Okay.
So it's kind of like a chip.
Very good. Okay.
I'm going to cut this.
So you're going to just show us how you did it.
Okay. So you want to cut your ends off.
Okay. Start there, and you've got a serrated knife that we're using here.
Yes, and we did wash these before, and I want to just let people know that when you're pulling your plants from outside, they are with the dirt. Okay. So you want to even wash them more so than you would at the store. I use a vegetable scrubber.
And you have put together, you kind of pre-did this for us, but this is white cornmeal, right, that you used with some salt and pepper.
Yes.
That's real simple.
Real simple.
Really simple ingredients.
You can, when you're done, if you don't want to, you don't use, obviously, we're not going to use all that batter. And you just zip it up, put it in the refrigerator.
Oh, okay.
Use it next time.
And you have it for next time.
Very good.
And if you have a garden with tomatoes in, and it's just you that day that feels like fried green tomatoes, go out, pull your tomato, cut it for yourself.
There you go.
Beautiful.
So you usually use vegetable oil, and we made a mistake. We didn't have any. That's our fault.
So I had canola oil.
We're using canola, but we should really use vegetable oil. Let's get some in there.
Okay.
So do we just kind of dump them in the bag and shake, shake,
that's
shake?
what we're gonna do. Yes.
That's the easiest way to do that. Stephen, you want to shake?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's shake.
Let's do it.
And we're just gonna put them all in because we got. Now, how much oil you use in your skillet really depends on how big your skillet is. But you want to. I want to make this.
You got about 2 cups in there, right?
And you want to pan fry. So you want to be able, you want to turn your tomatoes over. You know, some people like to deep fry and just kind of put them in there and go off.
Did I do a good job here? Is this working?
I think so.
Sure.
Keep it going.
Okay.
Keep going.
You want to make sure you get.
You got to fully
Some people might say, why do I recommend white cornmeal? Well, I grew up in my early years in the South with my grandmother, and this is the meal. It does not have baking powder in it.
Okay. So that's the difference.
It makes your batter a little crispier.
Okay. All right, we're going to get these going here so that we can
Okay.
get them frying up, and
I'm gonna just do it a little bit more.
Yeah, she's just gonna fix it a little bit.
Just a little bit. So you want that's okay.
I'm okay with that. I'm learning this morning.
That's okay.
So we're gonna pop them in the oil.
And so we always want a tester. So I put it in to make sure my grease, my oil
is the right temp.
Right.
Okay.
It's ready.
Looks
and that
good.
looks pretty good.
Okay.
So.
And then about how many minutes on each side?
Well, you want to kind of golden brown. So, and you can brown it to your tasting. Some people like it really darker. I'm using my fingers because
you got gloves on.
I got gloves on, and you can.
It might just be easier.
You can use a tongue.
Yeah.
But in the South, we used our fingers for everything. Tongues and all that other stuff was an expense.
We're going to let these fry up for a little bit. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Okay.
Maybe we can, hopefully, maybe
you can get a taste.
I'm looking forward to eating.
Yes.